And welcome back to the 2017 Big O live from Eugene, Oregon, brought to you by the Emerald City Roller Derby. And we have got a nice game for you here between Texas, the Texas Rollergirls, TXRG Texecutioners from Austin, Texas, facing off against the Terminal City Rollergirls All-Stars from lovely Vancouver, BC, Canada. My name is Sexy Beast, and I'm here with...
And I am Juke Stukem.
All right, Juke, and we are going to bring you some action here. We're going to go ahead and read you some rosters. I'll go ahead and do the rosters for the Texecutioners. Number 03, Olivia Shootin' Number 07, Jackie Daniels. Number 100, CC Boom. Number 12, DeBella DeBall. Number 16, Asia Gare. Number 202, Freight Train. Number 22, Polygon. Number 27, Peace War. Number 33, Gravy Baby. Number 34, Bo Jackson. Number 420, Stoner. Number 5, Smarty Pants. Number 82, Marizy Livin'. And number 9, Nikki Tikki Time Bomb. That is your Texecutioners in black.
And wearing white today for Terminal City Rollergirls. Number 9, Skate Park. 131, Bruceberry Pie. Number 16, Palmer. 19, Anna War. Number 1940, Green Lantern. Number 22, Mulan Brews. 305, Smokey. 314, Bazinga. Number 322, Handley. Number 42, Griffith. 47, Scarlet Bloodbath, who had a fantastic game last night against Windy City. Number 69, Flower Plower. Number 88, Maiden Sane. And number 9, Law Zoll.
All right. Teams taking the track now. Both of these teams perennial favorites at the Big O tournament. Of course, Texas Rollergirls, considered by many to be the god sisters of modern roller derby.
Yeah, right.
And Terminal hosting a D1 tournament in Vancouver last year, which was extremely exciting, which featured a final with Angel City and VRDL, a great game that we saw here yesterday. And we are about to get underway. That whistle, in fact, starts the jam. And jamming now for Texas, that is number 5, Smarty Pants. And she's opposed by number 88, jamming for Terminal, Maiden Sane.
Both jammers facing some strong walls. The Texas and Terminal City blockers slowing start. Strong rotation by both squads. Smarty Pants getting a little bit of offensive help by number 16, Asia Gare. And it is super effective. She's out lead jammer status for Texas.
All right, hot on her heels. That's Maiden Sane coming up on the pack now, but Smarty Pants going to go ahead and call off the jam there. It looks like 2 points are going to go up on the board for the team in black, Texas.
And 0 for Terminal City.
And that's how our game begins. All right. Jam 2 about to get underway here on track 1. Jamming now for the Texas Rollergirls. That's number 9, Nikki Tikki Time Bomb. And she will be opposed by number 22, jamming for Terminal. That's Mulan Brews.
Mulan Brews having a great weekend this weekend, scoring a lot of points. Not one of Terminal City's top jammers, but definitely super effective. Really curious to see what she does against Texecutioners.
And Nikki Tikki Time Bomb streaks on through on the inside, picks up lead jammer status for Texas. Mulan Brews still stuck in the pack right around the pivot line. Nikki Tikki Time Bomb angling against the vaunted Vancouver defensive triangle there at the front.
Scar taking up a little bit of the middle bridge.
Yep.
Her and CC Boom, it looks like, holding the pack together.
Oh, there we go. Pack very extended up front. And Vancouver able to draw a cut against the Texas Jammer. That's Nikki Tikki Time Bomb headed to the penalty box.
Yeah, Power Jam Terminal City. This will be exciting. Mulan Brews looked like she was going to fake a star pass, stretching out Texecutioners, and she's out. She will not be lead because she removed the panty, it looks like.
Mulan Brews coming up on the front of the pack now. Number 07, Jackie Daniels, able to put Mulan out at the top of the apex. Nice. Blocked to the outside there by Flower Plower. Mulan Brews brought all the way back to the pivot line now, facing a full 4 of the Texas defense.
And Nikki Tiki Time Bomb trying to get an apex jump on turn 1, but left foot landed just shy, and she slid into turn 2 and gets recycled back behind Terminal City.
So Nikki Tiki Time Bomb through and grabbing 5 points for Texas.
Massive pileup now in turn 1. Everybody getting recycled now as Moulin Bruce sets up in the back.
Number 27, Peace War, and number 22, Polygon, teaming up with JD to stifle Moulin Bruce there. Able to pick up a few points, actually. Looks like 5 points on the board for Terminal City, so 8 for Texas on that jam. We're sitting at 10 for Texas to Terminal's 5 points. Game just getting underway.
And it's super frustrating when both jammers are out and scoring points, but now no lead has been declared. So, a little frustrating, but fantastic job by both blockers, holding everything together and slowing the pace down.
Exactly. Two very strong defenses here being featured today. Jam number 3 now, and jamming for the Texas Rollergirls, it's Freight Train, and she'll be opposed by number 314 for Terminal, Bazinga.
And Freight Train is going to give a lot of challenge to this Terminal City defense. I don't know if Terminal City's really held a jammer as strong, as explosive as Freight Train, so going to be an exciting matchup for Terminal City holding up against Freight Train.
Oh, it's an outside pack referee's favorite thing. The pack speeding up, skating very fast. Both jammers neck and neck there, but nobody's going to score on that one.
Yeah, Freight Train came from behind and caught up. Fantastic call off by Terminal City.
Yeah, she exited the pack right behind the other jammer and was able to sort of speed up the pack and slow down the scoring. All right, on the jammer line now for Texas, that's number 33, Gravy Baby. And jamming for Terminal City, number 99, Lethole.
Everybody up on the jammer line as the next jam starts.
Gravy Baby going side to side up front there. Looking for an inside track, but that's well blocked by the Terminal defenders. The number 16, Asia Gare, coming up to assist. But Gravy Baby knocked to the back of the pack.
Flower Power absorbing well with the Texecutioner offense, but pushing her backwards and still comes out Gravy Baby, lead jammer.
Olivia Shootin' in the penalty box now. Lethole having exited the pack on her initial pass. Gravy Baby now coming up on a very mobile pack. Nobody looking to be a point here. Excellent put out there by number 131, Bruceberry Pie.
Terminal City did a fantastic job recycling to the front of the wall while both walls were moving to try and absorb as much of that Texas offense as possible before the jam was called off. Great job by Terminal City.
Absolutely, holding Texas to 1 point on that jam.
Yeah.
Score now 11 for Texas, 5 for Terminal. Jamming this time for the Texecutioners, it's number 5, Smarty Pants, and she'll be opposed by number 19, Anna War for Terminal City.
Looks like Texecutioners doing a 4-jammer rotation. Terminal City right now on 5th jammer, so I'm not sure if Terminal City is experimenting a little bit with their jammer rotation or if they're going to have a 5-jammer rotation and play with it.
All right, Smarty Pants out of the pack. Lead jammer now for the Texecutioners. And Anna War struggling to break through. Very strong defense there. Number 27, Peace War again. Number 34, Bo Jackson. Anna War close to the front of the pack. Smarty Pants coming into the back now. Going in at full force against the Terminal Triangle. There we go.
Yeah, Griffith absorbed that block pretty well. She got knocked down, but she recovered very quickly to reset herself with that Terminal City Triangle.
Anna War still at the back now, in the middle of the far straightaway. And Smarty Pants hanging out at the front, trying to lean in there and see if she can plow her way through that very strong Terminal Triangle. That's Griffith, Skate Park, Palmer up front there.
Terminal City really settling in deep and finally getting a little bit of offense help by 0-3. That's Olivia Shootin' John. But Terminal City, again, absorbing that Texecutioner offense and not letting it mentally affect them. Fantastic job.
Yeah. A lot of grinding going on there in turn 4. Pack's setting up now near the jammer line, and they're mobile again.
Texas.
Number 7, JD, coming up to front there. See if she can create an outside lane for her jammer. But not able to that time, so.
Texas with a little bit of a panic moment at the end of that, sending a second offense person.
Yeah, real sense of urgency right there at the end of the jam.
So it looks like a 10-0 finish for that for Texas, 22-5.
All right, going into jam 7 now. Jamming this time for the Texecutioners, number 202 Freight Train. And she will be opposed by number 88 Maiden Sane for Terminal City. Back tangled up between the lines there. Freight Train at the front first. Got a full cadre of blockers to get around. Maiden Sane getting knocked to the outside there by number 16 Asia Gare. Maiden Sane at the front now.
Back block being assessed to, looks like Marlise Livin.
And Maiden Sane out front now. Lead jammer for Terminal coming around on a first scoring pass. There's a second Texas blocker headed to the penalty box now.
So pack advantage for Maiden Sane. 5-point grand slam being awarded to Terminal City.
Good work from the pivot at the front of the pack there. That's number 47 Scarlet Bloodbath. Meanwhile, Maiden Sane made her way back to the front now outside of turn 4. A few side-to-side moves, and she's through for 5 more points for Terminal. Terminal hoping to take advantage here and see if they can equalize the score a little bit.
And she did a fantastic job pushing hard against the Texecutioners, forcing them forward and almost out of play. A little bit of a role reversal now. Texecutioners with a 4-3 pack advantage, and Freight Train is finally out to start scoring.
Yeah, Freight Train coming up to the back of the pack there, but Maiden Sane going to call that off, satisfied with a 13-point jam. Yeah, 13-0, flip-flopping that 0 score. It's not just how much they make, it's how much they keep their opponents from making, as you know. And last jam, Terminal with 0. This jam, Texas with 0. So both teams able to generate offense and control with defense.
One thing I've noticed with Terminal City is, they've in the recent games throughout the weekend, they've been held to multiple 0-point jams.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden they get this huge explosion, comes out, and they're scoring multiple double-digit back-to-back jams, and they close the lead a little bit.
Yeah, that momentum thing is a fickle thing if you can capture it. Back to the action now, jamming for Texas. It's number 9, Nikki Tiki Time Bomb, and she is opposed by number 22, Moulin Bruise.
Penalty box clear, so we are back to 5-on-5 action.
Strong pack work at the front there, anchored by number 100 CC Boom.
Hanley up front trying to disrupt the Texecutioners 3-wall. But both walls holding super effectively right now. Neither jammer is able to make any kind of momentum on this.
Great combo there between number 07 Jackie Daniels and number 27 Peace War. Even with a terminal blocker, that's number 322 Hanley, trying to mess up the works, they are still able to contain Moulin Bruise.
That is flawless rotation up front by Texecutioners. So much patience, not allowing the mental game to be played here.
And, of course, now Nikki Tiki Time Bomb out of the pack and has been declared lead. Oh, nice knock to the inside there. Number 322, Hanley. Nikki Time Bomb trying it again. And Hanley getting called for a clockwise block now. Back very extended. And that is a scoring pass for Texas. They'll put up 5 points there.
And Smokey getting stretched out all the way front and getting called the out of play and released Nikki Tiki. Nikki Tiki taking advantage of one final pass for 5 points.
There you go. And at the end of that jam, number 9, Skate Park, headed to the penalty box. That's 2 terminal blockers in the box now. And going into jam number 9 on the jammer line for the Texecutioners, it's number 3-3, Gravy Baby. And jamming for Terminal City, that's number 314, Bazinga.
So it looks like Terminal City is going to stay dedicated to a 5 jammer rotation.
And Gravy Baby is through on the outside of turn 1, lead jammer for the Texas Rollergirls. Just a micro pack for Terminal, not able to slow down Gravy Baby. Gravy Baby just going to jump right through there on her first scoring pass. More blockers on the track now. In fact, all 4 for Terminal. Gravy Baby getting hung up, coming through the pack. Has to reset back to the pivot line.
Bazinga's removed the star from her helmet, but her pivot, number 4-7, that Scarlet Bloodbath, she is doing her best to contain the jammer, Gravy Baby. So I'm sure we won't see a star pass, and predicted correctly as Bazinga's out. She'll try and score some points.
Yeah, that's number 3, Olivia Shooting-Gun, going to the penalty box there on a multiplayer block, and that's what freed up the terminal jammer to get through.
Okay, I'm calling Velvet Thunder. They'll be over here shortly.
Thank you. I can't hear you. All right, so back to the action now on the jammer line for Texas. That's number 202, Freight Train. And she'll be opposed by number 99 for Terminal, Lathole. Freight Train around the inside there. Ooh, nice full arm block there from Freight Train. Makes her way through and picks up lead jammer for Texas. That was a Texas-sized block right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Texecutions with Freight Train. As I predicted, Freight Train is so good, so explosive on the jammer line that, you know, it's going to take a lot for Terminal City to focus on her and not let her size and power be a dominating factor.
Wow, Freight Train powering through there and able to generate some offense of her own. Let's see. I see
Looks like she got 5 points.
5 full points, yeah, on the board for Texas there. So, yeah, Terminal was not backing down from that, but you better have your strategy straight when Freight Train's coming in the back of the pack.
Absolutely. Hey, you know, they might play with the initial jam start to see if they like the front or the back wall better. You know, Terminal City might take the front a little bit more just to make Freight Train work a little harder to get that lead jammer status.
All right, we're underway once again and jamming now for Texas, number 5, Smarty Pants. She'll be opposed by number 19, Anna War. Smarty Pants at the front of the pack now. Terminal City flexing their triangle defense, but they are out of play, and Smarty Pants is your lead jammer.
Smarty Pants holding her upper chest. She might have gotten hit with a shoulder.
Oh, and she's headed to the penalty box, so I missed what that penalty was.
Yeah, I didn't see that either. So Anna War is out, but Smarty Pants lost lead jammer status going to the penalty box. 2-minute jam.
So Anna War now Texas losing another blocker on a cutting the track penalty. That's odd. And Anna War now trying to find an inside lane. I can't hear in my headphones.
Stoner effectively recycling Anna War to the back, and Anna War now attacking as Smarty Pants is now returned to the track, still down 1 blocker. Smarty Pants effectively pushing hard in Terminal City up front, but Terminal City has settled back into their rhythm and a fantastic 3-wall rotation.
Both back set up between the lines now.
Bruiseberry Pie playing a little bit of offense, but hit the wrong person, unfortunately. So Smarty Pants is out.
Smarty Pants coming into the back of the pack now. And she has made her way to the front. Terminal City setting up around turn 1. Number 69, Flower Plower. Number 322, Handley. Anchoring that triangle defense.
Yeah, Hanley and Flower Power together in the triangle is so fun to watch.
Meanwhile, at the back of the pack, Anna War struggling a little bit. Things seem to open up, and she's able to skirt through, but the jam has ended. Terminal City has picked up 5 points there, but 9 points on the board now for Texas. Texas trying to pull away a little bit on the blacktop, looking at a score of 56 for the Texas Rollergirls to 23 for Terminal City.
That's 2 penalties now for the Texecutioners. Crazy enough, Terminal City has 0 jammer penalties.
That's good. That's how you win games.
That is.
Keeping the jammer on the track and out of the penalty box. All right, we're underway here once again, jamming now for the Texas Rollergirls. It's number 33, Gravy Baby, and she'll be opposed by number 88, Maiden Sane. Maiden Sane at the front, meeting the full 4 force of the Texas Rollergirls defense. Maiden Sane getting recycled to the back there on the inside. Ooh, tough hit from number 22, Polygon, but Maiden Sane able to stay on her feet, get through, and pick up lead jammer. Whoa, body's falling to the track. Number 33, Gravy Baby, hitting the track as a blocker.
Maiden Sane, meanwhile, out front, she gets 5-point grand slam. Gravy Baby getting knocked out of turn 3, and she's struggling as Terminal City really taking advantage of the back wall.
Nice put out there by Peace War. Maiden Sane coming all the way back down to turn 3 now.
Texecutioners pivot now returning to the track, so she might get a little help for Gravy Baby.
Gravy Baby out of the pack now, coming up around to the far apex. Oh, finding a direct inside lane, scooting right through. 4 points on the board for the Texas Rollergirls.
Terminal City cannot afford to lose jammer awareness. That was a huge communication breakdown by Terminal City.
Yeah, 5-point jam for Terminal, but 4 critical points for Texas. TXRG keeping it even. Going into jam number 13 now. We have just about 10 minutes remaining on the clock here in the first half. And jamming for the Texas Rollergirls, number 9, Nikki Tiki Time Bomb. And jamming for Terminal City, that's number 22, Mulan Bruise. Nikki Tiki Time Bomb, no slouch. I think she's been lead jammer each time she's taken the star, and that is what's happening right now. And Mulan has passed the helmet cover to number 47, Scarlet Bloodbath, who has had to drop the cover because of perhaps a bad dynamic to the pass. The Terminal City helmet cover on the track at turn 2 now. And Nikki Tiki Time Bomb able to scoot through and earn herself 5 points. All right, well, it looks like the Terminal City Jammer is, in fact, in the penalty box. Standing now and ready to come back to the track. Nikki Tiki Time Bomb getting knocked to the inside. Number 131, Bruiseberry Pie, trying to bring her all the way back. Now Mulan Bruise out of the penalty box. Skates over and picks up the helmet cover and skates over to re-enter play. Number 9, Nikki Tiki Time Bomb, angling her way to the front, meeting all 3 now with Bruiseberry Pie in the penalty box. Number 69, Flower Plower. And number 305, Smokey, anchoring that defense.
Mulan Bruise having a little bit of trouble with the Texecutioner defense. Hopefully, it looked like she was hoping to get just enough offense from Terminal City, but they were too focused on Nikki Tiki Time Bomb. So Mulan Bruise finally out to get some points, and the jam is called off.
There it is. CC Boom going to the penalty box on that play, followed there by the pivot, Asia Gare. And losing those 2 skaters was what allowed Mulan, obviously, to get through the pack, but not early enough to score. As you mentioned, 10 points in that jam for Texas. That puts them at 70 now. And 0 points on the jam for Terminal City. They are hovering at 33.
Yeah, that's six jams now in the first half that Terminal City has been held to a 0 jam.
Whistle starts this jam. We are underway now and jamming for Texas. Again, number 202, Freight Train. And she'll be opposed by number 314, Bazinga. Bazinga out front and declared lead. Freight Train getting hung up on a couple of Terminal City blockers in the back. She's moved her way to the front of the pack now as Bazinga comes around for a scoring pass. Freight Train out of the front of the pack now.
Freight Train having her way with number 42, Griffith, off the pivot line. But Griffith with a quick recovery coming out in front of her.
Bazinga coming back on a scoring pass now. Weaving and winding her way through a handful of blockers. And she will pull down 2 points on that pass for a total of 6. And that's a 6-4 run for Terminal. Texas now at 74 with Terminal at 39.
And I'm guessing Lazole will be up next. And it is. Terminal City holding true to their 5-jammer rotation.
Right on. That's number 99, Lethole, or Lethole on the jammer line for Terminal. And she'll be opposed by number 33, Gravy Baby for TXRG. Gravy Baby doing her job there, coming up front. Countering some resistance at the front. Smarty Pants coming up to assist. I'm sorry, that's Olivia Shootin' rather.
Up front, Flower Power and Hanley and Scarlet Bloodbath doing an effective job, 3-wall, holding down Gravy Baby. Getting stretched out a little bit out front. Terminal City is getting called out of play. And a failure reform call being called on .420. That's Stoner.
Yep, Scarlet Bloodbath and Stoner headed to the penalty box. A skater for each team, 3-on-3 pack there. You're welcome. I did the math for you there. And right now, Gravy Baby through the pack, completing her initial pass with the star on. And Lethole in the pack. Oh, my goodness.
Dang.
What a move. As if no one were paying attention, she was able to scoot through on the inside and pick up 3 more points for Texas. Wow.
And
those are the painful ones, right? Those,
really
those are the ones that hurt.
And that's the same move that happened just a few jams ago on turn 3 to 4.
Yeah.
Terminal City completely lost their jammer awareness.
Yeah.
Texecutioners taking full advantage of it.
Yeah. Head on a swivel. Always got to know where that opposing jammer is. All right, jamming now once again for the Texecutioners, number 202 Freight Train, and she'll be opposed by number 88 Maiden Sane. That seems to be a pretty standard jammer pairing for those two skaters. And Maiden Sane doing what she does. She's out front, lead jammer now for Terminal. Freight Train getting hung up on the defense. Number 16 Palmer and number 42 Griffith. But Freight Train able to break free now on her initial pass. Maiden Sane hoops around on the inside there in turn 2. Able to pick up 4 points. That is the textbook Hit It and Quit It. Ladies and gentlemen, if you look up Hit It and Quit It in the dictionary, you will see a picture of that play.
Terminal City has finally adjusted their roster a little bit. It looks like Texecutioners wanted to jump the rotation on their jammer rotation and skipped a few people, putting Freight Train in a little earlier. But that matchup against Maiden Sane, Terminal City took full advantage of it, and I think they're gonna watch the Texecutioner line a little bit to keep that matchup going.
All right, an empty penalty box and a full track. Both teams at full strength now jamming for Texas. That's number 33, Gravy Baby. And she'll be opposed by number 22, Moulin Bruce for Terminal City. Gravy Baby once again at the front of the pack, tangling up on 3 Terminal City blockers. Oh, nice put onto the inside there by Hanley.
Hanley, Flower Power, and Scarlet Bloodbath. Again, the trifecta of Terminal City just so amazingly effective. Even with the offensive players, 0-3, Olivia Shootin' just so good up front.
Bruceberry Pie coming up now to break things up a little bit. Hanley and OSJ are the bridge. At the back of the pack, Moulin Bruce removes the helmet cover. That's number 5, Smarty Pants going off on a penalty. Slight pack advantage for Terminal now.
Olivia Shootin' playing offense against Flower Power, but Terminal City very effectively absorbing it. Oh, pushing through, 1 to beat. Moulin almost made it through on the inside.
Getting caught, tangled up at the last second. Scarlet Bloodbath up front with the Texecutioners. Bam!
Big hit.
Nice hit to the outside by Scar.
Avalon Brews also getting recycled to the back, and we got a penalty on Olivia Shooting John. I'm not sure exactly what the penalty was.
Anyway, they rotate to the box. Smarty Pants back on the track now. And the helmet cover has been passed. So Scar now the jammer of record for Terminal City, completing the initial pass. Just about 9 seconds remaining in the jam. Nice! Look at that. Scar with a move on the outside. And with one skater in the box, she picks up all 4 points for Terminal. Nice. Unexpected Christmas present from Terminal right there. Scarlet Bloodbath able to earn her keep as a pivot and earn 5 points for the Vancouver team. They're sitting at 51 points now. Texas still hovering at 77.
Beautiful play, a last-ditch effort to score some points for Terminal City. With going almost a full 2 minutes, having a star pass at the end with no lead, perfect idea.
Right, just like you say, jammer awareness.
Awareness.
A poverty of awareness there. Back block being signaled on number 9.
That skate park. Clockwise block also being called on 1-6. That's Aja Gare.
Freight train tangling up at the front now. That's Smokey and Palmer and Griffith trying to tie things down there. Meanwhile, Bazinga meeting the welcoming committee from Austin. Number 07, Jackie Daniels, and number 100, CC Boom. Meanwhile, Freight Train trying to take an outside avenue.
Skate Park re-entering the track. She's going to play a ton of offense right now to try and help Bazinga. Oh, and it's Freight Train to win the race.
Freight Train through for lead jammer for Texas now. Bazinga still getting knocked to the outside there. They get recycled all the way back by the Texecutioners. Same thing for Freight Train. She goes inside, comes back around. Number 4-2, Griffith, the pivot, anchoring the defensive wall at the front. Terminal blockers sort of rotating around, taking their place. Freight Train, nice push on the inside, able to get through and complete a scoring pass for 5 points.
Terminal City now falling back to play offense against the Texecutioners. Hopefully they can maintain jammer awareness and go to defense immediately.
Freight Train at the front of the pack again. Number 42, Griffith. And number 16, Palmer. Able to slow her down, but not contain her. She's able to get through and grab 5 more points for the Texecutioners. 10 on that jam for them. And unfortunately for Terminal, no points generated there. 51 for Terminal now with the Texecutioners, 87. And it appears as though that first half game clock has expired. And we are in halftime now, ladies and gentlemen. There it is, halftime score from the Big O. Welcome to Track 1 here on Sunday, the third fantastic, wonderful, beautiful day of the world's greatest roller derby tournament. And I mean that in all sincerity, without any hyperbole. The Big O, brought to you by Emerald City Roller Derby. And we've got a great game here going on between the Texas Rollergirls, Texecutioners, and Terminal City All-Stars. Texas up 87-51.
Which means that's a strong defense game. Jammers having a good game, but ultimately the defense is actually winning this game.
All right, well, stay tuned. We'll crunch some numbers, and we'll be back after the half. Welcome back to the second half of the third day on Track 1, 2017. That's a lot of numbers.
That is a lot of numbers.
But it all adds up to a great game here between the Texas Rollergirls and the Terminal City Rollergirls. I'm Sexy Beast, and I'm here with
Jukes Dukem.
And we got some numbers for you from the half. Jukes, what do you got offensively?
So offensively with the Jammers, I have Nikki Tiki Time Bomb leading the Texecutioners 28 points. Maiden Sane leading with 27. That's 9 jams Texecutioners have had lead over Terminal City with 6. There were 2 jams where there was no lead called, so not too big of a factor. Everybody's staying pretty equal there.
Right, pretty even there between those two teams. And then penalty-wise, nothing really to write home about. Both teams pretty disciplined thus far in the contest. OSJ from Texas with 3, Handley with 3 from Terminal, and then looks like Skate Park with 3 for Terminal, and everybody else 2 or less. So pretty disciplined gameplay going on thus far.
Yeah, even with the jammers, Terminal City has 0 jammers with a single penalty, so fantastic job.
Yeah, so far so good. Yeah, that's the other key element to any contest is keeping your jammer out of the box.
Freight Train has 1, and then Smarty Pants had 1 while she was lead. She lost lead. You know, penalty's not a huge factor right now.
There you go.
Crazy.
Something that we did notice that seemed to bite teams a little bit in the first half was what you called jammer awareness.
Right. Yeah, Terminal City, there was a couple times they were so focused on playing offense that they didn't pay attention to the Texecutioner jammer, and on turns, Terminal City was completely blindsided. Texas jammer comes through on their blind side right through the center of the apex, and you know they lost roughly 12 points by lack of jammer awareness. Yeah.
There you go. All right, and that rolling whistle signals the end of the halftime. And we are about to get back underway on the jammer line now for the Texecutioners, number 03, Olivia Shooten-John. And she'll be opposed by number 88, Maiden Sane, jamming for Terminal City. OSJ not wasting any time, straight up the middle, lead jammer for Texas.
This will be the first time jamming for Olivia Shooten-John, so I'm very excited to see what she can do with the star.
Back in the pack, Maiden Sane able to scoot around the outside of the pivot line, not lead, completing her initial pass. OSJ, getting knocked to the inside, having completed 4 passes, 4 points in her first pass. So it's a 4-0 jam for Texas.
Looks like a 5-point jam.
Oh, it is a 5-point jam. Look at that.
5 points.
There you go. Always keep an eye out for the thumb. That's a lesson I learned in life. All right, so into this second jam of the second half on the jammer line for Texas. That's number 9, Nikki Tiki Time Bomb, and number 22, Moulin Bruise, jamming for Terminal City.
Smarty Pants now wearing the pivot, so a smart play by Texecutioners, keeping her as a reserve.
Nikki Tiki Time Bomb getting pre-cycled, if you will, to the back before getting through the pack. Able to scoot around the outside, miss Bruiseberry Pie, and pick up lead jammer for Texas. 2 in a row now, and it's going to be a power jam because it looks like Moulin Bruise has taken a seat in the penalty box.
First jammer penalty by Terminal City.
Wow, nice knock to the outside there. I think that was number 322, Handley.
Smarty Pants now playing a little bit of one-on-one against number 69. That's Flower Power.
And Nikki Tiki Time Bomb taking advantage of that one-on-one contact at the front of the pack. She's able to get through there for 5 full points. Moulin Bruce standing in the penalty box, and she'll come in behind Nikki Tiki Time Bomb now.
Sweet move on the outside. Nikki Tiki Time Bomb backwards on one skate. She comes through for 5 points.
That is a slick way to earn points. And she's got to come through again, trying it again. Oh! Trying to go up the middle, suffering a devastating block there from number 47, Scarlet Bloodbath. Scar not subtle in that one.
You had the entire announcer table kind of
it just kind of exploded right there. Meanwhile, back on the track, Moulin Bruce has cleared the pack on her initial pass. But Nikki Tiki Time Bomb, not going to worry about that. She's going to call the jam off, and that's going to cement a 13-point jam for the Texecutioners. They passed the 100-point mark, and I think I see little stars, maybe some coins, and some fluttering birds still hovering around the track there. That was quite a legal, devastating hit there from Scar.
We might have to have somebody clean that up soon because, oh my goodness. Yeah.
All right.
Jam number 3
Getting back to the action now. Both teams set up on the pivot line as though it were 2009. The whistle blows, starting the jam, and jamming for Texas. That's number 33, Gravy Baby, wasting no time at all. Gravy Baby out front, lead jammer. She'll be opposed by number 314, Bazinga. Bazinga getting hung up in the corner, almost put out by JD, but able to keep her skates. Number 16, Palmer, coming up to assist. Meanwhile, Gravy Baby scooting through on the inside. 5 points. Texas has not left a single Grand Slam on the table today. Bazinga out of the pack now, about half a track behind.
Ajaguer was playing a little bit of offense, but took a huge beating by a skate park. Jam being called off for 9 points to Texecutioners.
Yeah, Texas hot on those, hot on the offense that time. All right, back on the jammer line now for the TXRG Texecutioners. That's number 03, Olivia Shootin' John. And taking the star for Terminal City, that's number 99, Lothole. Back separating by team here. OSJ trying an inside thing. Going to meet 3 terminal blockers at the front of the pack near turn 1. Number 131, Bruceberry Pie, anchoring that defense right now. They are whistled out of play, and OSJ is let go to become lead jammer.
Olivia Shootin' John being extremely explosive and patient, trying to stretch out Terminal City. Took a little longer than she probably wanted to, but finally got that out of play call. She's awarded lead jammer. Yeah. Oh.
Nice. OSJ doing it again. Nice little twirl there at the front of the pack, cementing all of her offense, and then calling off the jam. Texas at 118 now, 51-4 Terminal. And we're going into, it looks like jam number 5 here in the second half.
Textbook plays by Texecutioners right now, getting lead 4 out of 4 jams so far, and winning holding Terminal City to scoreless jams 4 out of 4. So very dominating factor and a game changer. Preventing Terminal City to get any points could be the ultimate deciding factor of their victory.
There you go. All right, we are underway once again now, jamming for Texecutioners. It's number 9, Nikki Tiki Time Bomb, and she'll be opposed by number 88, Maiden Sane, jamming for Terminal City. Whoa! Nikki Tiki Time Bomb dancing on the outside line and getting called for a penalty. Looks like a forearm. A forearm for the Texas Jammer. That's going to create an opportunity for Maiden Sane.
Green Lantern also getting a penalty call, so she'll spend 30 seconds in the back row box. Skate Park playing great offense. This Maiden Sane's finally out, and
all right, so an equipment violation penalty being called on Maiden Sane, and she is in the penalty box making an adjustment to her helmet. I believe the jam ref was trying to draw her attention to that, and when she did not notice it, she was issued a penalty. Meanwhile, back on the track, number 9, Nikki Time Bomb, sort of bouncing her way through the front of the pack. The engagement zone extremely long right now. 3 blockers at the front there, 1940 Green Lantern, number 42 Griffith for the pivot coming up to help.
And because Maiden Sane was awarded lead and lost it for going to the penalty box, we're going a full 2 minutes. A great penalty killer by Terminal City.
Green Lantern, the anchor now at the front. Nikki Tiki Time Bomb trapped in that, but Maiden Sane able to scoot through and score 4 points now for Terminal. Maiden Sane at the back of the pack now.
Maiden Sane always looks like she's having so much fun. She's approaching the back of the Texecutioner wall smiling. It's just so much athleticism and nice to see her having fun.
It's here having a conversation now with the jam ref as if to say, oh, that's what you were trying to say. I needed to do this.
Yeah, while that conversation was happening, Maiden Sane was fixing her panty cover.
That's
thinking
right.
That maybe she wasn't getting lead because the panty cover was halfway off, but it was actually a little bit of disconnection on her chin strap.
Yeah. All right, and so we are in an official timeout now. And that official timeout is going to give us a chance to send out some big O thank yous. Thank you to Adam Skates, Castle Megastore, Chaya Skates, Derbalife, Green Monster, Hit This Derby Gear, and Left Turn Clothing. Thank you from the Big O. And that
whistle.
That's right. I was just about to say that. That rolling whistle signals the end of the timeout. And we're about to get back underway here, jamming now for Texas. That's number 33, Gravy Baby. And she'll be opposed by number 314, Bazinga.
Both walls doing a fantastic job slowing things down, settling in, and looks like we got a penalty, number 1-6.
That's Asia Gare headed to the penalty box there. It looks like a skater each in the box. And the two cluster packs have ground to a steady speed, hovering right around the pivot line.
CC Boom very smartly holding back Bazinga and puts her inside arms so that she knows that she's not going to get a multiplayer block, but Bazinga out, lead jammer.
Yeah, terminal blocker able to help come up and bust the log jam. Bazinga free now and in a scoring pass. Hot on her heels, number 33, Gravy Baby for Texas. Bazinga going to get through and able to pick up 2 points. Terminal able to grab 2 more there before the end of the jam.
Small victory for Terminal City, but they're only down 58 points with a lot of time still on the clock. So Terminal City not out of this quite yet.
Nope, not an impossibility for them. Texas in a little bit of the driver's seat, hoping to keep a skate on the gas pedal, and the Terminal City Rollergirls in the rear view. But like you said, not an impossibility.
But here's an interesting twist. Bazinga is starting in the penalty box, maybe with a skating out of bounds. So power jam status goes to Olivia Shootin' John, and she's lead jammer.
All right, pack stretching out along the far straightaway now. OSJ coming at full speed into the pack. Slowing down just to engage the final of 2 blockers for Terminal at the front of the pack, and she's through, completing a scoring pass of 5 points. OSJ back on a scoring pass now, into the pack. Terminal City setting up front. And Bazinga out of the penalty box now herself, engaging with the Texas defense in the back.
Off to the races. Bazinga is out. That was a sweet move as she was able to weave in and out of traffic.
That's how she gets that name. Bazinga.
And it's so much fun to say, too.
It is. It's a announcer's favorite jammer name. All right, so it looked like Texas managed to pull down 3 points. I'm sorry, make that 10 points in that jam. That puts them at 128. So they have doubled up on Terminal City, sitting at 60 points. An empty penalty box and a full jammer line. Jamming this time for Texas, that's number 9, Nikki Tiki Time Bomb. And jamming for Terminal City, number 22, Mulan Bruise. Nikki Tiki Time Bomb has been extremely crafty all game long thus far. Able to find avenues to the front. There, she did it again.
Oh, man.
Did it again. Took a little hop over the fence, and she's out. Lead jammer for Texas.
Scarlet Bloodlust almost had an opportunity to take her out at the last second, but barely missed her. Now receiving the star pass. Scarlet Bloodlust off to the races, trying to get a couple points.
That's right. Scarlet Bloodbath coming up to the back of the pack, but the jam getting called off now. And Texas with number 27, Peace War, headed to the penalty box at the end of that jam. We'll start.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to say start with a pack advantage for Terminal City.
Yeah, Bruiseberry Pie at the last second gave a huge hit and truly living up to her name as she hit Nikki Tiki Time Bomb, but Nikki was able to call it off. This will actually be our first jam with Freight Train on the line for the second period.
That's right. Freight Train jamming for Texas. Number 99, Lathole taking the star for Terminal. Jam underway, and Freight Train wasting 0 time. Out front immediately, and lead jammer. The pack is set up just the other side of the pivot line now as Freight Train approaches on a scoring pass. Lathole out now. Freight Train getting knocked to the inside there by Palmer, the pivot for Terminal City. Good defensive chops there from Terminal City, able to prevent any scoring from look at that, 2 points. You can't stop Freight Train.
No,
she got those 2 points. And she was able to control the jam and call it off before Terminal even got back up to the front of the pack. So we're going to do it all again.
4-2 pack advantage now in favor of Terminal City with
looks like
Maid Insane coming up to the jammer line. Let's see what she can do.
Looks like Peace War and Asia Gare both in the penalty box for Texas. And Olivia Shootin' John, number 03, taking the star for Texas. And like you mentioned, Maid Insane jamming for Terminal.
Flower Power and Scarlet Bloodlust doing a fantastic job recycling out in front, but loses Olivia Shootin' John at the last second. Olivia Shootin' John is your lead jammer.
So OSJ now in a scoring pass. Set up in the far straightaway. Maiden Sane coming around now about a quarter track behind. OSJ going to wait to the last possible second and then call it off. And Maiden Sane looked to try to scoot through there, but did not pick up any points in that game. It looks like 3 points on the board for Texas that time.
Olivia Shooten-John had a fantastic idea at the last end of that jam. She actually gave Jackie Daniels a push to try and trick up the Terminal City wall and confuse them, but Terminal City was able to keep their jammer awareness finally focused on Olivia Shooten-John.
Right on. All right, and with a skater each in the penalty box to start this jam. And number 27, Peace War, back on the track now for Texas. And it's number 33, Gravy Baby, jamming for Texas, who is your lead jammer. That's the pivot for Texas, number 420, Stoner, headed to the penalty box on a forearm. Meanwhile, at the front of the pack, number 19, Anna Ward, jamming for Terminal, is through. Gravy Baby trying to tangle up her scoring pass here. Anna Ward coming around at full speed. And Gravy Baby able to just call that jam off at the last second.
She got a lot of offense being played by Peace War. Fantastic job by the Texecutioners offense.
Yep. All right, so we've hit the end of the third quarter mark for this game with Texas Rollergirls at 139, Terminal City with 60 points. And Juke looks like that is going to be the dynamic of this game as we move forward into this last 15 minutes of play. Jamming now for Texas, Freight Train number 202 will be opposed by number 314, Bazinga. But it is Freight Train, of course, who is out front first and lead jammer for Texas. Bazinga about a quarter track behind now. Back trying to speed up as Freight Train comes into the back. She's able to wend her way around a couple of players there and call the jam. And it looks like 3 points. 3 points on that jam for Texas and 0 for Terminal.
Freight Train having to face off against Scarlet Bloodlust at the end of that, and she hit her pretty good on her rib cage.
Ouch.
Rearranged her ribs just a little bit to get herself through and out for lead jammer status. Great effort by Scarlet Bloodlust. Bloodbath, I'm sorry. I got Bloodlust in my head.
Yeah, it's Sunday, folks.
It is Sunday.
The bloodlust is running high right now. All right, back to the action now. Jamming for Texas. That's number 03, Olivia Shooten-John. And she is at the front of the pack, getting tangled all up in the branches of the Terminal City blockers. And it looks like a multiplayer block going to be assessed to number 305, Smokey. And all right, White 4-2 also getting assessed a penalty there. And Olivia Shooten-John is through on her first scoring pass, picking up 5 points now, while Athole getting knocked at the top of the apex. Woohoo! OSJ taking flight there. On the wings of OSJ, and it's another grand slam for Texas. 10 points now on the jam, and wasting no time. An easy outside avenue for OSJ to slip through. That's 15 points on the jam thus far for Texas. And she's going to do it again. Yeah. One last terminal blocker to evade. 5 more points go up. And it's a 20-point jam for Texas now.
Terminal City in a bit of a panic mode right now with their blocking situation, as everybody from Terminal City has now left the penalty box.
Yeah, I just happened to look over and see that there were 2 Texecutioner blockers in the box, making it even more amazing that OSJ was able to put up that much offense with that many blockers in the penalty box. That is, in fact, ladies and gentlemen, a 25-point jam for Olivia Shooten-John. And that brings the Texas total to 167 and Terminal with 60 points. That could be what they call the backbreaker in typical games of skill, because that certainly opened up some significant real estate between these two teams.
Yeah, I mean, it's going into jam number 14, and Texecutioners have held Terminal City to 9 scoreless jams.
Wow.
Terminal City's got to really regroup now and figure out what exactly they need to do to close up the gap. One thing I did notice was with the new entering the penalty box, Griffith was actually going to the penalty box, but she skated the long way around instead of the short direction. So coaching staff on Terminal City needs to take a look at the rule set real quick, and find every way to find some shortcuts to shorten the bleeding, really, for Terminal City.
There you go. So we were coming out of a team timeout. It was Terminal City calling that team timeout. And I'm just going to look ahead here. But it looks like we are ready to get back to the action now. Jamming once again for Texas. That's number 202, Freight Train. And taking the star for Terminal City, number 88, Maiden Sane. But Freight Train outside on a short pack picks up lead jammer for Texas. Maiden Sane now about a half a track behind. Still one Terminal City blocker in the penalty box. Freight Train going to easily exploit that. Comes around the outside at full speed. Was she hopping along the outside track boundary while calling the jam-off?
She was. And she was backwards on her toe stops nonetheless. Texecutioners really forcing Terminal City to spread out their wall as much as possible while still rolling through turn 2. Fantastic job by Freight Train, taking full advantage of that and pushing the walls forward.
Taking a quick look at the penalty totals here. It looks like nobody in any significant trouble except for on Terminal City's side, number 305, Smokey, sitting with 5 right now. And Asia Gare, number 16 for Texas, and 420 for Texas Stoner, both with 4. Meanwhile, back to the track, Gravy Baby jamming for Texas at the front of the pack with 3 terminal blockers. And Moulin Bruise getting pushed to the inside and having to cycle almost all the way back to the jammer line. Looks like we've got number 305, Smokey, headed to the penalty box again. That's going to be her 6th trip. Gravy Baby swooping around on one skate. Getting to the front of the pack and calling it off, completing a 4-point scoring pass, calling the jam off, 0 points for Terminal.
Moulin Bruise exiting the pack late. I think Terminal City's having a little bit of offensive trouble going from that defense to offense to defense transition.
Big O wants to give some sponsor shout-outs here. Shout-out to Bruised Skate News. Bruised Skate News, the original over-the-shoulder roller skate holder, 100% skater-owned and operated. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, and at bruisedsn.com. Back to the action now. Freight Train jamming for Texas and absolutely blasting through the pack now. Lead jammer status once again. She's got to be at 100% for that. Oh, my goodness. Just a brutal engagement at the front of the pack. Freight Train mowing down Scarlet Bloodbath. Scarlet taking the star now. Freight Train coming through at full speed. It is impossible to stop a train.
And that's the exact replay of what happened earlier. Scarlet Bloodbath trying everything to be that last-ditch effort to slow down Freight Train, and Freight Train making her regret her life choices as a Terminal City blocker there.
I don't know. If Freight Train is not Terminal City's MVP choice for this game, I don't know anything about reality, but that was absolutely amazing.
And now I'm starting to see a pattern with the Texecutioners. Texecutioners saved Freight Train in the first half of the second period, and now they're using her every other jam and really spreading out that point spread.
That's it. When you got to skate on somebody's neck, you don't want to let up. And looked for Texas to not do that in this jam. They send to the line number 9, Nikki Tiki Time Bomb. And she'll be opposed by number 99, Lathole. Nikki Tiki Time Bomb out front again, as she has been most of the day. Lathole, meanwhile, getting hung up in the back. Very effective blocking for number 22, Polygon, and number 420, Stoner. Nikki Tiki Time Bomb finds herself in the middle of the pack once again. Terminal City trying to toss a wall up here. Number 34, Bo Jackson, coming up to clear a path for Nikki Tiki Time Bomb. And Lathole just absolutely starving at the back of the pack. Nikki Tiki Time Bomb getting put to the outside now. And the crowd has begun the "We Will Rock You" chant in the venue.
Skate park now going to the penalty box. She'll spend 30 seconds in the back row box.
Lathole having removed the helmet cover, but still in the same place she was, behind a wall of 3 Texas blockers. Nikki Tiki Time Bomb struggling herself at the front with number 1-6 Palmer, the pivot for Terminal City, and number 4-2 Griffith.
Massive pile up. No whistles being blown, so it looks like a legal target. But
It's just a legit glacially slow pack movement around turn 4. Just about 30 seconds remaining in the jam. And if there is an upside to this jam, that's what it is.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody getting a physical break and slowing things down just a little bit.
Tiki Time Bomb able to pop through now. And when she pops through, she calls the jam off. So she definitely wanted those last 4 points, and she got them.
17 jams now. Texecutioners holding lead status. 15 of those. I don't know what to say to that.
That's rough. It
is rough.
That is the big difference maker right there. That certainly tells the story.
But it's also showing that the Texecutioners defense, you know, even though the point spread is 128 points.
Yeah.
The Texecutioners defense right now is the deciding factor and just doing a fabulous job.
And it just doesn't stop. That's OSJ, number 03 for Texas, out front and lead jammer now. Maiden Saint, having cleared the pack, is on her initial pass. OSJ at the front of the pack. Watching Maiden Saint come up. And
that
gonna
was a star pass.
Oh, was that what that was?
Yeah, it was a star
there you
pass
go.
to Scarlet Bloodbath.
All right.
I think Terminal City's going to start using that a little bit more to try and shut down Texas. And, immediate star passes off the line is not a bad technique, especially now with Freight Train coming back to the jammer line. Texas taking the front, Terminal City in the back. Texas is going to play immediate offense. You know, having that first star pass might not be a bad idea.
Yeah, that is a strategy employed by a number of teams who, if they don't get lead, pass the star. And on this jam, of course, it is Freight Train with the star for Texas. And she just absolutely works her way to the front there, picks up lead jammer for the team in black. Bazinga getting a push from a teammate, propels her out of the pack now. Whoa. Wow. Nice put out by number 1-6 Palmer. And that put an end to that scoring. But Texas able to get 3 points on the jam.
Yeah, Terminal City had a slow rotation coming into turn 1 with Freight Train pushing hard. If they would have been just a little bit quicker, they may have had an opportunity to come out for lead jammer.
All right, as we get ready to go into jam number 20 now here in the second half. And we're going to have an official review. I'm sorry, an official timeout, not an official review. There we go.
And with the shortest official timeout ever.
We were breaking all kinds of records here today, folks. And with that whistle, we are back underway. Jamming now for Texas. That's number 03, Olivia Shootin' She'll be opposed by number 22, Moulin Bruise. Whistles are blowing. People are going to the penalty box. That's number 69, Flower Flower. But it is OSJ out front first, quickly followed by Moulin Bruise. And Olivia Shootin' going to do a little bit of jammer on jammer defense and then look for an opportunity to either score or call the jam.
And this looks like old school roller derby here. Both Texas and Terminal City off to the races. Almost looking like a bank track team there for a second.
That's right.
Waiting for that clothesline.
I like to encourage the skaters to skate fast because as a former skating official, they love that. They love it when the pack goes really, really fast, and they have to keep up, especially the outside pack referees. Cause
I think it's fun, especially if I'm the outside front pack ref and I have to skate backwards.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun, sure.
It's a good time for everybody here.
4 minutes, 23 seconds left coming into jam number 21.
And that whistle has started this jam on the jammer line now. Across the jammer line. Oh, nice knock on the inside by Palmer. Tiki Time Bomb having to go all the way back behind turn 4. She's made her money on that inside line all day, and Palmer perhaps realizing that, finally set up on the inside there. And look at that. It's given an opportunity for Terminal City to get lead jammer status. Maiden Saint, number 88, out front now.
That'll be their third lead jammer status for the second period. CC Boom getting called on a low block, so she reports to the penalty box.
Insane hoping to take advantage of that if she can, and she does, earning 4 points on her first pass. Tiki Time Bomb with a star back on now, coming back into the pack. She is so good at that.
Actually, that's Smarty Pants. There was a star pass.
Oh, there you go. Smarty Pants with the star pass. That's amazing. Able to just buttress around the side in the full length of the straightaway and just make her way around the opposing team. Smart move there by Texas. Able to pick up 4 points to Terminal 7. Terminal with 67 points now. Texas with 197, creeping up on that 200-point mark.
Yeah. 3 minutes and 3 seconds left. I think Texas is going to settle in a little bit and just, play comfortably to finish out the second period.
There you go. Play smart, play comfortable, keep jammers out of the box. And it's all downhill from here for them.
But they want to definitely still make a statement, having Freight Train come out, lead jammer status. They want to be, looks like they want to be remembered to finish out this game for Big O 2017.
Wow. Freight Train doing it again. Going up against number 47, Scarlet Bloodbath. Getting tangled at the front of the pack, but Freight Train able to plow through and complete a scoring pass. Meanwhile, number 314, Bazinga, has cleared the pack on her initial pass. Freight Train back at the front there. Both teams in the far straightaway.
Terminal City set up really well there with a rolling box formation, getting ready to absorb Freight Train. And I noticed when Terminal City is moving forward in derby direction, they're able to catch Freight Train a lot easier because Freight Train doesn't have a harder impact.
There you go.
So Freight Train, having to adjust a little bit and keep pack speed with them might be a better solution for Terminal City to look at in the future.
It's interesting. They've been flexing the three-wall defense, the three-blocker triangle defense most of the day. I guess that is just not as effective on Freight Train when she's coming up to the front of the pack at full speed. So
yeah, that box formation might be the trick.
All right, back to the action now. Jamming once again for Terminal City. That's number 88, Maiden Sane. And she'll be opposed by number 03, Olivia Shootin' John, who is taking all kinds of abuse at the front of the pack from Terminal City, but able to get through and claim lead jammer status.
Great one-on-one blocking by Griffith at the front of that.
OSJ at the back there. Working it out with number 305, Smokey.
Just under the 1 minute mark now with 1:15 on the jam clock.
So number 88, Maiden Sane, who had handed off the helmet cover to her pivot, number 16, Palmer, is headed to the penalty box now. But I believe the helmet cover pass, yes, was complete before the penalty, so both jammers still on the track. Palmer getting bumped to the inside. Going to try it again, coming around turn 3.
Olivia Shootin' John getting a lot of offense now by Peace War. Not giving up, even though the clock is almost about to run out. A forearm being called as she passes Griffith. Power jam for Terminal City.
Yeah, you could say Griffith drew that forearm call. Great close contact work at the very front of the engagement zone, forcing OSJ to use a part of a forearm she probably shouldn't have.
Oh.
My goodness. That was number 27, Peace War, and she just leveled number 88, Maiden Sane. Uh-oh.
Terminal City slowing things down a lot.
Palmer coming back in, dropping the helmet cover, picking it up again. OSJ out of the box now, and that jam is going to be called, and that is going to be the last jam of this game, ladies and gentlemen. The Texas Rollergirls Texecutioners are triumphant here on track 1 at the Big O with a score of 209 to Terminal City Rollergirls 67.
I think the Texecutioners defense really was absolutely superb, shutting down Terminal City.
Yeah, without a doubt. And from very effective offense, scoring from Nikki Tiki Time Bomb with 49 points and Freight Train with 47 points. Olivia Shootin' John with 53. Very prolific jammers for Texas were able to get it done.
Smokey having 6 penalties, Stoner with 5, but nobody really, the majority of the penalties are super low, under 3 to 4.
Right. So still a disciplined game like we mentioned before. Ladies and gentlemen, stick around after a quick message from our sponsors for an interview on the Afterglow. I'm not sure if I was supposed to read that, but it was here, and I read it anyway. At least I didn't read the wrong names, Duke.
Right.
There were wrong names on there, and I didn't read them. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. Thank you so much for a fantastic contest between these two teams. Stay tuned for much more roller derby. I'm just going to bring up the schedule on my phone.
I believe
here.
it is Denver and Angel City.
That's right, ACDG versus Denver here on this track next. And then, of course, we still have Rat City facing off against Helsinki later today.
Which is going to be a fantastic game. I'm looking
And
forward to it.
VRDL is going to play Texas.
Yeah.
So these Texecutioners will be back, trying to ply their trade against the number one team in the WFTDA, and we'll see how that goes. Jukes, great call.
Thank you. I look forward to talk with you again.
All right, we'll see you later.